BRICS member countries will be gathering in Cape Town in South Africa for the inaugural BRICS Simulation Conference. Over 200 delegates are expected to gather for the 5-day conference, and the hope is that they will, through knowledge sharing and interaction, find new ways to revitalize their business strategies and also get a firmer footing towards international success. To tell us more, I spoke to Siyabonga Mkhize, who's the Media and Communications Officer at the Honorary Consul, and that's the organization putting together the BRICS simulation. Siyabonga Mkhize, thank you very much indeed, and welcome to the BRICS Africa Channel.
Thank you so much for having me on the BRICS Africa Channel, and good evening to the listeners.
It sounds very, very exciting. BRICS Simulation Conference. I guess what our viewers would like to know is, what is a simulation conference?
So the BRICS Simulation Conference is the first of hopefully many to come. And I think we've seen the BRICS play out on a larger political scale with the various political leaders from the different BRICS nations. But we haven't really had an opportunity for people that are on the ground, the entrepreneurs, the academics, the leaders in certain industries, to come together and actually benefit from the BRICS unity and have this knowledge sharing and exchange taking place. And it's more than just a networking event, but there'll be great facilitators giving training sessions, as well as opportunities when it comes to learning how to problem solve whilst having access to the different resources from the various countries.
So tell us how it will work. What actually happens?
So the conference is going to be taking place over 4 days, from the 18th of April 2024 to the 22nd of April 2024. The delegates will be around 200 delegates will come to Cape Town, will be collected from the airport, taken to the hotel for their registration. And over the course of about 2 to 3 days, there'll be rigorous training sessions that will be taking place. They'll be addressed by industry leaders, they'll be addressed by academics, but most of all, they'll be getting an opportunity to actually network with different industry leaders from countries such as Brazil, such as China, as well as Russia as well. The Russian BRICS office is going to be sending a delegation here as well to be assisting with that. And the biggest gain or benefit that one would get from attending the BRICS simulation event is the exposure to the caliber of academics and the caliber of industry leaders that you wouldn't necessarily get here in South Africa.
So will all the BRICS countries be represented, and also the new ones, I guess, that have just joined at the beginning of January?
So we have when the BRICS initiative was started, the Honorary Consul, when we did start the simulation event, and in terms of documenting it, the current new partners weren't on board yet, and they hadn't been mentioned. It wasn't public knowledge yet, but now that they are have been mentioned, we are in talks with them to send a delegation over, because you want those countries that are on, you want the new countries to really be on board with this. So the beautiful thing is, now with the new BRICS countries on board, I think we have more than 50% of the population of the world.
So, we talk about learning from each other. China have already got a strong case, India in certain areas. Can South Africa contribute to the other BRICS nations?
We most definitely can contribute. I think one of our strategic business partners at the moment, PMG Mining, is a Chinese company based here in South Africa. And our engineers have given them a plethora of knowledge and expertise and skill set on mining. They specifically chose to come mine manganese in South Africa because of the quality of engineers that we have, even though the numbers of engineers are slowly dwindling. But despite that, the caliber of engineers that we have is incredible. We have amazing doctors, and one of the goals being to facilitate conversations around dealing with healthcare matters, and that also being in alignment with one of the UN SDGs. So we're well aware that we have amazing doctors. In fact, other countries send their doctors here for training because of the kind of education when it comes to health practitioners that we have here in the country. So we definitely have the skills, we have the expertise, and we have the knowledge to share with the countries. From a resource point of view, perhaps we may be a little less than your countries such as Russia and China, but in terms of a skill set, in terms of a knowledge and understanding and expertise, we're very strong competitors.
I guess also you talk about a learning experience. Does that mean that I, as a businessman, I'm busy running my business in Mpumalanga, for example, and having experienced this simulation conference, I can go back to my business in Mpumalanga and having learned from the Chinese, the Brazilians, Russians maybe, I'll be able to do things bigger, better, and more as a result of this simulation. Is that the aim, I guess?
I think it's more than just being able to take the knowledge back to your business and do things differently, but it's now that you have the knowledge and you've been exposed to those individuals who are from different countries, you now have the knowledge and the access to the human resources to take your business beyond the borders of South Africa. And I think that's what we're really trying to get to a point. I think we need to also look at how do we evolve a business from just within the borders of Mpumalanga to go beyond the borders of South Africa and Africa as a whole. Because if we're not doing that with our businesses, if we're not taking them beyond the borders of South Africa, then the BRICS unity doesn't serve its purpose. Because the theme of the BRICS simulation event is looking at the unity and how it impacts monetary policies. And one of the biggest conversations are going to be the development bank that has about 40 billion US dollars that's going to go into it. So if we're not really using that opportunity, it's more than just about getting wisdom and getting knowledge and expertise, but you now have access to the resources that you can tap into, and you're in a better position to take your business beyond the borders of South Africa. And when you are taking your business beyond the borders of South Africa, right, you now can earn in a different currency, but also the size of your organization and your institution will now increase. And I think that's how we can truly turn around our unemployment problem.
Who else is going to be there? We know that stakeholders in business will be there because that's what they do. What about policymakers, leaders in government? Because their decisions actually are the ones that will make will enable things for BRICS businesses.
So of course we can't be having this event without the support of our South African government. So there will be definitely politicians that will arrive, and once we have confirmation on on who the different departments will and who the department heads will be sending, we know how things are with politics, and sometimes you can confirm someone today and they can be called away for their duties later on. And we have academics as well. So it's not just more about it serving leaders, but we also want to have academics with PhDs and people because not everyone is invested in the fiscal part of the BRICS event, but also people are looking at it from an academic point of view and how it impacts the South African economy. So we're definitely going to be having political leaders as well as academics that will be that will be arriving, and entrepreneurs. I think even though we're having entrepreneurs, and other than entrepreneurs, finally, we'll also be having people that are already in well-established organizations, your CFOs, your CEOs, from different mining fraternities, especially particularly in mining, now that we have PMG Mining on board. So we're getting access to many mining partners and companies that will be sending representatives to the event.
Small to medium-sized enterprises in Africa, particular, are the largest employers and the biggest hope we have for the future. Can small businesses attend this simulation because they want to be bigger, and they probably are the ones that are going to be able to create wealth for our continent much faster than the bigger companies?
Yeah. So we're encouraging small to medium enterprises to come through to the the BRICS simulation event, because this will benefit them the most. I think prior to our conversation, we talk about the importance of internet connectivity because it's about access to the international world. And this is what we're looking to do now. There are many small to medium enterprises that I can think of at the top of my head, a jeans company that started out small and now has has a shop in Hyde Park, in London, in Asia, all over the world. And they started out as a small to medium enterprise, but they only became a large organization that was hiring a number of people because they decided to go international. So it's not to say that sometimes your business is only small in South Africa because its true market is abroad, and it might be in China, it might be in Russia. Sometimes it's not that you have the wrong business, but you have the wrong target audience. And this is the opportunity to give you access to potentially the right target audience.
Right. So if anybody wants to register and come to the conference, how do they go about it?
If you'd like to register, please go to bricssimulation.co.za, and you can follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, as well as TikTok for more short content, which we roll out short pieces of content, which give a better explanation on the BRICS simulation event and what it's about and what you can benefit by registering and attending as a delegate.
Siyabonga, Mkhize, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so, so much indeed. And we look forward to seeing you and filming and interacting with you at the simulation conference in Cape Town. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ndoro.